Awesome song. So we're replicating League Start in this one, and so if I cut to different screens, I'm literally pulling trees down and building my starter guide. So yeah. And one of the guys in the Discord let me know that they tried out this tree that I put together and it seems to work. So hopefully it works, but we'll find out the hard way. And yeah, we're going to do this the hard way. No worries, man. I'm just going to be leveling up. Got to get to Act 3 before I can actually test explosive concoctions, so won't know how it feels until then. Just got to... Oh yeah, I should probably make a folder for that. Alright, cool. I got a tree working, man, so I got to try it. The only issue is blast sustain, but I had a workaround for that using what was it? Brutal restraint, that's right. But this is what the test is for, because I'm not sure what the damage spec is without the flask, actually. Actually, the damage spec's pretty good even without the flask. Blast just amps it up. So if you're blast sustaining, then yeah, you're doing plenty of damage. Still hits like 900,000 per explode, which will still get to you to like 5 to 6 million DPS on the jug. So yeah, could be doable. But we're gonna find out. And I built an incinerator tree last night too, so I'm pretty sure I can get incineration working as well, or incinerate working for League Start. So we're going to be testing that on Saturday when they do the last event. Any opportunity to replicate a League Start scenario is going to work, so... Not really anymore. Yeah, that's alright, crazy, because like you still get good damage on the early bosses, so as you scale it up, like you only need one unique jewel. So I don't think that's too much of an issue, but yeah, I reckon it's worth it. Worth trying at least. Tendrils, there's gonna work with the what was it, the Incinerate build? You just have to switch a few things out to get the lightning instead of fire. But I might do a tree for that once I do the testing on Saturday. So none of these guides, by the way, will come out until I'm number one sure that it works, and number two, we have patch notes. So if I put anything out that I don't have patch notes for, I'll get slayed online for doing that. So just doing the planning prep. Nah, New League's December, dude. Early December. We're not too far off. We're only a few weeks away. Probably about, I'd say, what, 4 weeks tops? Plenty of time for me to do testing. Maybe even 3 weeks, who knows, whenever they announce it. This is not my best work here. Yeah, it should be good, man. I'm pretty keen. But I already know what's going to be in the curation videos, or I have more or less an idea. But can't say until I know more. But for now, we can test a shitload of builds out and figure out what works. And I'm also going to do the Vortex Elementalist League Starter update. So I'm going to do a new build guide for that. I don't foresee that getting nerfed in any way, shape or form. And then that'll feed into the endgame will be my Vortex Ignite character from this league that I built. So that'll get you through the campaign and everything through to endgame. And then from there you can spec into the CI variation that I played this league. And there's a full build guide that's, I think, 2 videos up for that as well, detailing that full build. So plenty of content on that. So I'm getting to work. I'm getting to work. Right, so we want... Where is it? There it is. Can't get anything else to level up, can I? I wish they gave you better skills to level up on the Marauder. So it's a bit shitty. Don't you block me from getting that Rhine ring. I thought for a second there I was going to be going the wrong way, but apparently not. Thanks for the follow, man. Yeah, I got to level 89 on RF, and then I just got bored with it because, like, I just played RF for the shits and giggles to have a break, but now I'm sort of in this mode where I want to test a bunch of builds, get some refresh guides ready, and then assess them against patch notes. Got a heap of pre-planning to do, so, and I got a month to do it, or just under, so yeah. The other thing is, like, Incinerate, I created that build. So, yeah, I want to see if it can do League Start, and if it can, it could be a new meta, if it's good enough. Or something interesting and fun for people to play. And if this works, this would be just fucking trolly, like, because why not? I also got to service a heap of builds as well off the back of this, so it's going to be fun. Hey, Crazy, you still there, man? When you ran that tree, when you mean the damage dropped off on bosses, was that in, like, what tier map was that? Was that early on, or was that later down the track? Hey, Drago, how's it going, dude? Oh, that's not too bad though. That's pretty okay. Like, that's consistent. Like, if there's drop off there, then that's okay, because that can be compensated for. The tree goes a lot higher. Fair enough, yeah. That's part of the problem with that class, so there's got to be a better way to get charges. Yeah, dude, the new league's only probably 3 or 4 weeks away. Yeah, okay. So that, I would pitch that as, that's probably a decent league starter on that basis, if you're all the way up that far and it's consistent. But I'll test it and then, yeah. Because it is probably tankier than any similar builds, I guess. Yeah, that's fair enough, Andrago. I've got to travel from next Thursday, so I sat down last night and mapped out a full video plan. So I've got an entire video guide plan mapped out already. Like, pretty much everything's planned and free to rumble. Yeah, that's another point, eh? They should be pretty available in the first few days, eh? Like, For most players, and I think the thing is, like, you test it, but then, you know, I'll see if I can get like a pseudo endgame running, because I've got a spare jug to test it on. And then basically just go, okay, these are some of the limits and breakpoints early on, and, you know, this build will get you so far, and then you could farm enough to respec or whatever you want to do, or take it further. It's a league starter. It's not made for taking down Maven in the first, like, 10 hours of the league. Yeah, it'll get you close, but not all the way. You want to get it to, you want to get it working to T16. Like, generally when I do a league starter, you know, you can scale it to T16. But if you can get through the game initially without any major hassles, that's basically the best case scenario with the league starter. Because if you, God forbid, you don't put a league starter up that basically gives someone a play-by-play account of how the build works, then they go, oh, this is a bait build, it's shit, rah, rah, rah. The usual crap comes out of the same people's mouths every league. The only thing is the initial leveling is going to be just scaling up ground slam, which people are not going to like. Maybe even the solution there is switch to absolution, but yeah, I think we want that, but I don't think they're going to actually do anything about it, to be honest with you. So, could get Infernal Blow, but I don't think that's good. I don't like Sunder. Earth Shadow's not very good either. Hey Gorkin, how's it going, dude? Smite, eh? Let's give that a go. Yeah, that hits harder. Yeah, that's it, man. Like, when I went there, they really didn't give a fuck about melee. Yeah, okay. Alright, leveling with Smite, you're right. Feels pretty good. So like you could take these early nodes and then respec them off as well. Doesn't feel bad at all. That feels a lot better than Ground Slam. Yeah, man, it does feel fucking awesome, actually. I never really leveled with Smite. I always went Ground Slam, but this is way easier. Like, Act 1 is always the worst. That's why Incinerate's strong. I wish you could play Smite without having the fucking armor stack. It's such a pain in the ass that you have to run introspections and voices to armor stack to get it to work. Thanks for the follow, Toolhouse. Man, goddamn itchy knee. Possibly. Though not entirely sure. Probably Headhunter would be better, man. Yeah, Smite really works well. I never really leveled with it. Honestly, it's just consistent. I think I guess the stance I take with it is I wouldn't be like pushing a build guide with Mage Blood anyway, so it's not too big of an issue. Pretty easy first act. Yeah, I should be able to get that now. So we got level. So I just got to pull this POB in. Yeah, I'd say that it could F up the interaction a little bit. Smite plus 2H weapon. Smite plus Ancestral Call. Plus 2H weapon for Act 1. Pretty much the level start. Should be able to go back to Act 1 now and then grab Ancestral Call. I think. Or is that Act 2? Oh yeah. Plus War Banner. Alright. Just writing notes as I do this and adjusting stuff on the fly. So we scale up some 2-hand damage and that'll get our leveling up and then we just respec it off. I can't see it in the, like it should be available. Hold up. Just want to see the gem lift. It's level 12, it should be, but it's not coming up in the... Like, yeah, you're right. It should be there, but it's not. Because if you go and have a look at the vendor, right, which is why I went to the vendor. Oh, I didn't do the medicine quest. Fair enough. Well, we can test that out. It's we're doing league start testing, so we might as well. Oh yeah, there's always a delay, man. Aha. That'll explain why you can't get it. I didn't know that you don't get it until you do the quest. There you go. Alright. Well, I didn't know that. Something I didn't know. Shit. Well, this makes it piss easy now. So you just level up with this until you get to Act 3 where you can talk to Socia and then, yeah, do the library and then you get Explosive Concoction, which is level 28. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that. It's the only time I ever skipped medicine quest. The medicine thing. I'll know that for moving forward. Yeah, it's pretty easy leveling. To be honest with you, you're pretty damn tanky throughout leveling with this Marauder setup too, initially. Doesn't feel bad at all. And the other thing too is we're going to stack up suppression and evasion gear, because we can go two routes. We can go evasion, or we can basically just spec up and use bloody armor and convert the evasion with iron reflexes. So that's why we don't need to go to the left of the tree. We just travel to the right of the tree with this build. The only issue is going to be the flask charges. If I can find a solution around that, then even better. Yeah, that's why this build works. Like, it's not going to be the tankiest build initially, but with more investment into it, min-maxing, you can make it quite fucking tanky. And the reason why its damage is so high is because you throw so... Yeah, well, that's what we've got in the POB. We've got Trader with the Brutal Restraint. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's crazy tanky. That, like, so early on at 78, you got a lot of gearing to go. You've got a lot of, a lot of growth to grow. And once you progress the tree, that drop off when you run out of blast charges should be okay, because you're going to still be doing pretty crazy damage. And then you're using a magnate on it too, so... That's pretty good. Like if that's the only issue, that you know, could increase regeneration on it potentially. I think it's got potential. Considering no one plays explosive concoction, I think it could be pretty good. Am I going to run it as my league starter? Probably not, because I'm going to be going deep delve, but I might think about it. I don't know what I'm going to be running. Worst part about doing this exercise is having to level another character. I've been doing this so often. I think if I was going to put this as a league starter, I would put this as a disclaimer and say, obviously, this isn't a meta build, so play at your own risk. Don't know what the market value is going to be on stuff. But we got a working model of it going, and it does work. I wouldn't recommend it if you want to blast to like endgame in 2 seconds, then literally just go poison dot. Wonder if I could get a Smite build working with Yoke of Suffering. That'd be pretty cool. And run it on the Chieftain. Probably Heat Shiver. Oh well, don't have Enduring Cry anymore. Man, there's a lot of people after Delve here. Do we actually scale crit on this? No, we don't. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Why'd this guy go to my hideout? Why couldn't he just teleport on me? So that should be all I need to do for leveling trees. Crypt level 2. And now we just go straight and level up the rest of the tree until we get to Act 3, and then we run Explosive Concoction. Yeah, you could do that, yeah. That was in, so the, what was it? Who gave me the initial tree? Snoobe, that's right. So Snoobe gave me the initial tree and he had impulses too. So yeah, you could run impulses. I've got 4th Vow, so you can make it tankier. But yeah, you could run impulses. That'd work. I actually think I have an impulses in my stash, so we can try it out too. Thanks for the follow, John Mac. The other thing that we can do is we can stack up a shitload of accuracy because it gives you more attack speed or throw speed. And the more throws equals more damage per second. It's a weird skill and how it scales. Let's see. Got it at 97 now. So we get to 100k effective hit pool actually if we do that. And then we have Impulsor. If we have an Impulsor, we lose a lot of effective hit pool, but we probably... it does increase DPS, but it drops effective hit pool pretty harshly. So the other alternative could be running a Aura of the Sen. But that's an expensive option as well. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think about putting Blood Rage on it. I got Blood Rage on it? Oh, it does, yeah. So I took off Foul Haste, I think. Oh no, I left it on, yeah. Yeah, so the attack, the throw speed completely compensates for any damage drop, because I got like 8.6 million. So if we had like all the gearing optimally, right, we get 8.6 mil per throw. And then if we got no flask, right, we still have 5.2 mil, which is still like for what it is for the cost of the build, is dirt cheap. Like considering we're talking about pretty shit-tacular items, to be honest with you, with no real cost, like this is a dirt cheap build. Even on a league start scenario. 8.6 mil for that with that damage. It's pretty good. Could run All's Uprising, man. Grace. Or Wrath, but... yeah. But that'd be part of balancing it in the endgame anyway. Oh, fair enough, yeah. We've got mana cost, unreserved mana. Grace and Wrath. Is one of these not registering? It only runs two major auras, being Grace and Wrath. The way that I've got it set up here, and then you're just running Veil Haste. So you don't run Haste 100% of the time, but if you could, that'd be insane. Oh yeah, that's pretty good if you can get it working 100% of the time and then put a Watcher's Eye on it that pumps up your damage with haste. That'd be friggin' OP. That's what I mean, like, it's still like boilerplate. It can go so far. Like, Tamings can probably be switched out for a much better item. And Tamings aren't expensive either. Yeah, that's true. You could outperform your regen on the build. It's a really interesting build. I think it's just a I think it's a bit trolly, but it's interesting as fuck. And based off like this leveling here, like this is replicating like lead start, right? So I've got no gear on this, 3-link, like everything, right? And this is pretty like mindless, to be honest with you. I'm not really having to worry too much about anything. Well, I'm not worried about anything at all, actually. So like Act 1 to 3, it's not the fastest leveler, like, but it levels as fast as any Marauder. Because the other thing too, it's got Cull. So, and if we get tattoos, we can convert all those strength nodes as well. So we could do like explode with strength nodes. So if we get tattoos, it'd be crazy. Yeah, man. And you know, dude, you know what? Keep posting up how you go in refining it in the build help. Because what we'll do a league starter variation on it. And then we'll adjust it slightly over the next week. And then basically go, okay, so this is where you can take it. This is what it can do. Like, and so we put up a league start guide, right? It's like, is it going to do Ubers? No, it's not going to do Ubers. It's a league starter, but it's going to get you to T16 maps. It's going to clear pretty much everything you need to clear. And that's basically the assurance that we can give in a league start guide. And then, you know, you could respec it into Bone Shatter for Delve. You could respec it into Molten Strike. Like, anything anyone wants to do. Because if it can farm T16 maps without sweat and clear, like... Even if it doesn't clear Uber Elder, but if it can kill Maven or whatever with a little bit of skill, then it's not too bad. Like, that's a solid league starter. And the other thing is it can't be stunned as well because it's a jug. And actually, if you could fit Petrified Blood in it, then potentially you could even do more with it. Or if it had a Progenesis on it, it'd be actually quite strong. Actually, I never even thought about that. So what if we... So, you go up to 126,000 effective hit pool with Progenesis. And if we ran Lunaris... surrounded by 10 enemies. 133,000 effective hit pool, and was being surrounded by enemies, 1.5 mil. So you get to 9.3 mil with a Progenesis setup. And that'd be your only expensive investment in the build. And then if you don't have a flask, you're still going to do 5.6 million. So you're going to lose a fair bit of DPS, but once your flask hits, you'll just absolutely clap. I think that's pretty cool. Like, it's still doing pretty good damage even without flasks while they regenerate. What's it? So... hit chance. So if you took off precise technique... Sorry, now I'm tinkering with this. Nah, it doesn't do... So precise technique needs to be on the build. You always got to go down the rabbit hole, man. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So I do need to pull 1 point off there. I like when we get to play with builds like this. Hey Gary, how's it going, dude? Yeah, long time no chat, man. Pretty good increase. I know, man. I've been doing videos on Delve for a very long time. I do have a huge Delve guide planned, and I also have a league start with Delve as well planned. Nah, man, I couldn't stream on YouTube and Twitch for a while because they changed the TOS, but they decided to change it back so I can do it again. Dude, the reason why I'm playing this is because you put the post up in Discord saying that, hey, it's actually viable and it works. So I was like, alright, it's worth putting some time into. Like, and that's what I mean, like, the POB will say one thing, but unless you actually test it, you don't know. You never know unless you physically test things. It can look great on POB and play like shit. How tanky is it, dude? I saw your post up on that. Problem I got is, like, I was looking at all these different builds last night, or like 3 AM in the morning, and I have limited time to do like refresher guides and stuff like that, so I've got to pick the 2 or 3 that I can do well. So I got Incinerate's ready to rumble, so from the weekend we'll be working on Incinerate. Vortex Elementalist, so life-based, and that'll feed into my build from this league with the Vortex Igniter Elementalist. And then this, if it plays well enough and it feels good, then this. Hell yeah, man. Hey, Mario. That big damage. The fact that this can drop oak so easily, the hardest boss in the game, means it's a decent build. That's not too bad, man, because there's plenty of ways to mitigate that. That's what I mean, like, if you were smashing maps and you got to proj, then you'd have no issues whatsoever. That you'd run Soul of Aberrath. One of the things you got to get around is the lack of, I guess, flasks, which usually keep us alive. God damn it. So I don't mind these events. We get to test out new builds. I think that's really cool. Because I know for a fact Incinerate's going to be good. Hey Squid, how's it going, man? So we're just testing out a build that may or may not work on League Start. Oh, that's not too bad. That's a lot of fucking Tota, man. We'll know after level 28, once we get to Act 3 and we go to the library, then we'll be able to get Explosive Concoction and start testing. But it's looking like it could be pretty viable. There is drop-off when you run out of blast charges, which is a problem with the Jug. But it's not too bad. That could just be literally running like Alchemist, was it Alchemist Genius or whatever it is? Or Spike Concoction or something like that, like blast nodes. But tankability, it's got decent tankability, so. But leveling up with Smite and whatever is easy as pie, so there's no complication here. I know, Mari. It's too many years playing this game, and then you're like, this could work. Like, Incinerate's just exciting that actually works. And even on the life variation, which still doesn't use hyper expensive gear, I've gotten that up to like, I think, 7 or 8 million DPS, which is like 75% crit. The most expensive items, Relikesh's boots. Nah, I didn't try the Assassin. And like builds that people abuse too, they generally tend to get nerfed. That's why I steer clear of them. But I already know what. I've already got the estimated builds that I'll have on the curation. And honestly, they're all different builds. They're not meta builds. You should try it, man. Like, run a dry run before you do your league start. To see how it works. I have no idea what I'm going to play next league. I have no clue. Haven't figured it out that far. I never play builds that are like, oh, I'm going for this objective, but I end up making a build at least 500, 600 depth delve viable. Because I like delving, and I feel incomplete when I'm not delving. But, yeah, I'll figure that out, like, probably 3 days before league start. Or they'll release patch notes and I'll see a new build, and I swear if they put a fucking channeling skill in the new skill list, I have the perfect build for it, which is the Incinerate build tree. It'll work with pretty much any channeling skill except for Scorching Ray. Really? Is that on higher? I don't like Hierophant builds. Totem builds, if you have a look at totem builds on PoE Ninja, they tend to last like tops are like 5 weeks on average, and then people get the shits with it because they're so squishy. Unless they can insta-face bosses. Nah, they won't touch Bone Shatter. If you're gonna do Bone Shatter, look in the Bone Dome, and we got Mario's all of the information from Mario pinned in there. And I'll do a video with that too, Mario. I'll work through what you've got in there and break it all down too. That's on the list. That would probably be week after next. Damn, it went the wrong way like usual. I still got to cover Andy's build too for carrion golems and AFK blight farming, so I have to talk to the boys over that too. For every league they've been saying they're going to nerf, like everyone's like, oh, they're going to nerf Bone Shatter. Bone Shatter's been so powerful for so many leagues, but the other thing with it is it's one of the few melee skills that's consistent, and if they touch it, they'll get huge backlash. But you might be right, they might turn around and nerf it, because it's a really popular skill. Yeah, man. Well, Snoobe made the original tree with the Pathfinder, so I was like, oh, I reckon I can make it on the Jug, and it works because of the accuracy stacking with attack speed. Yeah, man. Where the one-handed version's the one that we generally go with because that's the one that can deep delve. And it scales really well. Yeah, it is ignite, yeah. But it only ignites to increase damage. It mainly is just straight flat attack damage. And attack speed. Or throw speed. However you want to look at it with Blast, because it's a weird build. But we'll know literally in the next, like, it won't take me very long now to get to the Pack 3, and I just got to get the battlefield, and then I can get to the library, and then I can get the skill, and we can start testing it. Can't you really use any of that anyway? Probably about, I'd say, 20 minutes away from knowing how this works. Yeah, its scale on damage is fucking crazy. Even when you run out blast charges, with the way that I've scaled this tree for endgame at this stage, it still gets up to like blast charges up 9.6 mil, and then blast charges down 6 mil, which is pretty fucking good. Like 6 mil is going to take down T16s, probably not as good as if you sink a mirror into it, but or like 100 divs, but. I'd say like the only way to make that work would be with Heat Shiver Gore. Generally, the only way to make Smite builds work right now is with armor stacking. Otherwise, but I reckon you could probably do it with claws, and because I think you can do it with claws, be able to do it with claws and Heat Shiver. To be honest with you, it'd probably work on the Raider. And then you'd convert all the evasion into armor and run 100% was it 100% spell suppression, and probably find it work perfectly. That's pretty much a strat, Oscar. I didn't realize we could put that in there too. That would work. So Alchemist Genius. Shit, if this had Alchemist Genius, you get crazy amounts of damage. So we just drop the evasion down. It goes to 142% effective hit pool. It's fucking tanky as fuck. Oh, well, yeah, it doesn't scale very well, and that's why they scale it with introspection and armor. How'd that go, Mario? What does Essence of Horror give you? Is that on belts? Hey, Crude, how's it going, dude? Yeah, I think, didn't Captain Lance or someone do a build guide on that one? Thanks for follow, Prone. Hey, dude. Oh, I'm so keen for Christmas. So I got 2 weeks off, which means 2 weeks flat of fucking live streaming. I will be live on Christmas Day. I can guarantee everybody that. I have nothing else to do on Christmas Day. And I don't drink. Not often. Ah, come on. Go every wrong direction here. Plus side is, early on, this is quite tanky as well, so you don't really have to worry about dying to ridiculous shit every 5 seconds. I'll say that and I'm gonna get clapped. Or not. Just face tank everything. Nah, not that kind of live. I'm not weird. But I mean, like, there'll probably be some almost full-time streaming. Man, where is this? I think it's down there. I think I went every possible wrong way. Oh my god, I'm going every wrong direction. Bro, I got Incinerate coming, and I've got a tree that will work from league start. And then if this works, you can shake it up. But yeah, I'm hoping for some big changes with the balancing, because this past league was a little disappointing. But that being said, it did force us to come up with new builds, so I want to see some actual new skills come into the game that are playable. Like, I now want a channeling skill. If I get a channeling skill, oh boy. Fucking, I got the perfect build. I am ready. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that's not too bad. If his traps are not as Zara, you're all G. I like the Jug because of the tankiness with Armor Men. And also movement speed can't be stunned. Attack speed based on accuracy. I did muck around with the Chieftain and it just doesn't work. But that's not to say you couldn't get it to work. The only thing that it will struggle with is maintaining blast charges. And if you can overcome that, then it's completely sustainable. That's where the Pathfinder is pretty good with it. But I reckon that this can be done. Like, potentially the Chieftain could be a good viable option with the Explode. Because it scales damage really well. Oh yeah, man. There's definitely some testing going on here, Shell. It's going to be testing for the next 3 weeks. I've got 3 guides to write. I've got 3 specific skills. One is a refresher for Vortex. The other is going to be Incinerate, which I've got a life-based build ready. What the hell? What the hell? Like hell, I'm going to die there. And the other one, if this one works, will be the other guide. Yeah, it will need Brutal Restraint. But also uses a Magnate too, because you get 50% increased blast charges. And if we can get Spike Concoction on it, then you get a huge buff increase. So I've got it up to 142,000 effective hit pool, but I got to adjust some of the points in the tree. Also generates frenzy charges, has Cull because of Assassin's Mark, and it has deflection, which means you get endurance charges when you get hit as well. And it's almost 100% spell suppressed, so spell damage is nullified. So the tree that, funnily enough, the tree that that Snoobe put together is an Elementalist. So is it Elementalist or Pathfinder? I think he had an Elementalist one. So he floated me the tree, this initial tree, and I readjusted it for Jug. Oh, I'm not using Inquisitor, but like Inquisitor could be an option. I guess, like, if I put the tree there, then, you know, everyone can figure out, oh, well, maybe this will work. It just gives, I guess it gives Breath the ideas. With Inquisitor, you could probably run Fanaticism on that one. And that would give you a pretty big damage buff if you could get it to work. And you probably have to travel through the center of the skill tree too. I don't even have everything on this. Plus side too, you don't have to worry about crafting weapons or anything with this build because it doesn't use them. And Mute Wind is dirt cheap. I think it's Mute Wind? Yeah, Mute Wind Pendant. Actually, what's the war cry that we use? We use Enduring Cry. Oh shit. You know what? We don't need Enduring Cry. Because we're so tanky and we use this node here for deflection, we don't need Enduring Cry. So we could use Infernal Cry. Which would give us enemies covered in ash. Gets us to nearly 10 mil. And that would also explode enemies. Because Mute Wind. So you get Onslaught. We got that selected. Yeah, we got that selected. Phasing. We don't have Tailwind. Doesn't really matter if we got... We can say if we got hit recently, we go up. Well, I ditched Overflowing Chalice, man. I put Progenesis into it, just to test. But... we don't need to worry about that, because we Warcry. Yeah, exactly. Which increases the attack speed more. So that's pretty... So if we don't have Blast... That's 1 mil, man. That's 6.2 mil without blasting. That's still fucking strong without Blast for that cost. That's fucking crazy strong. Like, it's not like, you know, God tier, like, gonna kill everything in the game, but it's definitely gonna fucking clear endgame. Yeah, exactly. Well, if we still get the bloody, tattoos in the game, then we can tattoo all the strength nodes and put bloody explode in it and do ridiculous damage. And explode everything on the map. So let's hope that tattoos make the win, because if that's the case, then we'll just be exploding entire maps. And Tanu Ahi is going to be a huge damage buff. And the other thing too, do we have a curse on that? I don't think we've got... Can we fit... If we could fit Anathema... Because what's that got? If we could fit Anathema on that, right, and ditch one of the tamings... Because how much do they provide? 1.7 mil. They're pretty big. But if we could fit Anathema and then we could have a curse on hit, like, you know, say we had like flammability on hit. Then we could have Anathema, because it would be based on, but that would be based on cast, so that wouldn't work. Maybe the other thing is we could have Whispers of Doom. But we got Charisma on that, so that would F up our reservation. So if we could compensate for that, and we got the Helm Enchant, because the other thing we don't have in here is a Helm Enchant for this. So like if we had the Helm Enchant, where's the Lion's Pelt? Sorry, the more I'm thinking about this, the crazier it gets. So if we could buff it up that way, or... Like, it's just creeping the damage up more and more. Like, more optimization equals more damage buffing. Yeah, I reckon we can do some crazy shit with that. Yeah? Yeah, you could do extra cursed chests. And then you could probably craft a few more things, but that would drop your... It does drop your... So... Fourth Vow gives you like 54k effective hit pool. Didn't even think of that. Like, if you could get... Can you get rage? Can you put rage on it? Would that work? How many sockets have we got spare here? So, if we had... Say, for argument's sake, we had 2 spare sockets, right? Do we have another one up here? I think we do, yeah, we do. Alright, so I'm aware we're over that, right? But we can adjust the tree in other areas to compensate for that. So if we had... Oh! What's the explode option on the... Well... Oh! Blitz charges! Didn't think about that. What? So if we got blitz charges, we throw it 8.49 per second max blitz charge. We do nearly 15 million damage. And then off the back of that, no flask, we do 9 million damage. And then you're like super fast. We have effective hit pool of 143k. So it doesn't even matter. Like, if we have charges, we just do nuke levels of damage, recharge, and then keep throwing. So it'll have a damage burst every however long, but we're basically just doing insane levels of damage. The only consolation is we just need to wean back 8 points off the tree somewhere. So potentially we could take a compromise down and knock these points off, or we could we just take those points out completely, which would drop the effective hit pool, take us down to level 100, and then we could readjust some other shit around here as well. So we could potentially take out these points, which, what is that? Just drops our spell suppression? No, it doesn't. So we still got 95k, we get to level 97. We take away freedom of movement nodes. So then basically we get absolutely fucking mental. Well, no, we lost damage here somewhere. Oh no, wait. We lost damage because it's got the Forbidden Flame. So we go 2 nodes up in there, remove that. Shit. So we strip another point back, Forbidden Flame, Forbidden Flesh. That adds 4 million DPS just for that. So we still have 71% Chaos Res, 75% all res, 127,000 effective hit pool with 8.46 APS. That's what flask up to 14.49 mil. And then the only other thing is, like, if you don't want the Progenesis right, we still have 100k effective hit pool. We could actually run a flask that gives you an increase to attack speed in compensation for that and just ramp the damage up. So I reckon we could get the damage up to like 20 mil. Possibly. With some more optimization. That's at level 99, so we could strip back a few other points in here and then just compensate spell suppression onto the gear. And then Bob's your uncle. Now that's with Val Haste up. We drop Val Haste off, which doesn't give us a huge drop. We only lose 1 million DPS, so it's not a huge problem. We don't need Flamewood either. No. What's Defiance? Is that an item or skill point? Skill. So we can test this. I have all this gear. I have most of this gear in standard. Where the fuck is this? There you go, Crazy. Do you want that tree, Crazy, to try it? You can run Val Haste just to buff your damage, but it doesn't really do anything because I don't have Val Haste selected. No, so we're using a replica Dragon's Flight, or whatever it is. See, when we get bacon, we start making some pretty cool builds. That, I don't know, like, I feel like 14 mil on a relatively straightforward build, like, you're not going to get Blitz straight up, but if your League starter gets you to a point where you can just blast maps and nuke bosses like that, even with 9 mil, that's huge damage. By any standard, that's just insane. And because there's no downside, because you're not stacking crit, it's like free Blitz. I'm pretty impressed with that. That's fucking respectable. Actually, we can test that, because I've got the currency to afford Blitz charge Forbidden Fleshes, I'm pretty sure, so... So I'll level this up, and then I'll push it to Endgame in the next 2 nights. Knowing what I know with that gearing setup. I should have just enough to take it there and see what happens. Sorry, this Act 2's taken longer than planned because we're adjusting the build on the fly. This sort of just cruises through the game now. That would be the wrong way. Yep, always the wrong way. Yeah, okay. It's an option. Yeah, that's what I thought. They'll be more expensive because less players is playing right now. Yeah, we can definitely fuck around with it and see how it goes. I don't think there's any wrong answer with it because I think the damage it scales pretty damn well. I think it's just one of those untapped skills. We'll know how this goes with League Start, right? And then from there, okay, if this gets up to Endgame, then you know how to scale it. So we should be able to get... So what I might actually do is I'll grab explosive concoction because for the sake of testing, we would need... So this would be the act that you would get it in. So level 28. So you'd initially level it with volley as well. Radar. So if you're playing 3 to 4 link, we would go Trinity. Yep. And Inspiration, which is level 31. Okay, so we'd start off with those because that'll manage your mana down and pretty much get you starting. Mario, I reckon have a crack at it and see how you go. You just got to bake the tree. Oh, there you go, dude. Yeah, I always look for builds nobody's playing because they're going to be cheaper. And there's some, like, you know, Incinerate. Jesus, like, nobody plays Incinerate. And it just scales so well. Like, complete sleeper build. Yep. Ah, yeah. There's another helm that I was thinking of, actually. That's good to know. Yeah, there you go. Obscurantis. That actually works. Yeah, that's actually an improvement. 15.4 mil. So Obscurantis. So it gives you... So... Because it gives you 900 accuracy rating. Yeah? Gets a 9.6 with Obscurantis. And no flash charges. That's very strong. So there's a lot of unique items, but aside from Progenesis and I guess maybe Magnate, it's and Forbidden Flesh and Forbidden Flame, it's pretty decent. Yeah, because that res cap still res caps. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, you could, and then switch to this build. Pretty consistent, actually. It's sort of looking like it's an accuracy stacker, isn't it? That's right, I gotta pull it into... I'm liking where this is going. Like, there's a lot of uniques in this build, but they're not expensive uniques. No worries, Crazy. You have a good one, dude. It's not too bad on League Start. All these items are relatively cheap in the first... Like, the way that I'll build the League Starter for this is no uniques. And then basically go, then you add these uniques, and this would be the estimated cost based on market value. So that's not too much of an issue. God damn it. I don't think it's going to be that sort of meta, man. I'm not that big of a creator. Oh yeah, that is some decent damage. Yeah, I know, man. I'll figure this out. That or I'll get Incinerate working. So Incinerate's pretty cheap to get working, very easy. Thing is, like, if you don't test it, you don't know. Go to our ballistas. See that working? Which horror comedy, man? I know, I remember how it works. I haven't tried Annihilation's approach, no. I don't know that one, man. Oh, really? Yeah, I might have a look at that, man. It's definitely different. I like ballista and totem builds like that. So they get tired of the same old shit every league. That's why I was looking at builds like this, Incinerate and stuff like that. Because like there's a lot of builds out there that have never been played. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, so there was another build we were looking at which uses two-handed axe and Wilmers, and then stacks ancestral protector totems as the damage dealers. There's a fair few really cool builds out there, actually. So I think there's another dude that was in the PO, or that messaged me that was testing that. I didn't have Versus and Grace on this build. I do need Infernal Cry. Yeah, Val Absolution, just Absolution in general is really strong. Yeah, so we can play Gladiator again. I miss playing Gladiator builds. They fucked up the max block on it, so it's just not even viable anymore. That used to be the go-to with Gladiator, max block, and then like if we had that and you could stack trauma, that'd be insane. Yeah, level 42, that's what I thought. Doesn't really need a lot. It's the worst part of leveling up. That's pretty good. She's saying Scourge Arrow. Ballista totems. There it is. Oh, god damn it. 35% away from being able to actually test this build finally. That's probably something that would need to go under the guide to say, don't forget to remove auto-equip. Possibly, yeah. Yeah. If you can fit it in. It's a cool support, it just doesn't have a lot of viable options for its use. There's some really cool stuff in this game that's just like, why would you use it? But it's cool that it exists. Or it's just not balanced enough with other things that outperform. Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Everyone's always playing for optimization. They don't really play for a lot of fun. Yeah, that's it, man. It's just not, it's not enough. I'm so close to leveling. There it is. Alright, so just go hit that point before anything else happens. Alright, so we got to get rid of that. We no longer need that. Ditch that. Ditch that. Ditch. Not bad. See how this looks. Oh, we need shield charge too. Yeah, I just got bored with Krangled in the end. We need that. Probably need that. So let's just imagine that this dropped on the ground like this. Alright, he's not gonna let me have that. Okay. Oh. Oh, I need a shield. Yeah, that'll help. Forgot about that. Yeah, that's it, man. It could be really cool. I don't know how it's going to play, but we'll find out. So you'd assume like you'd be further in the act. So I need to get to level 30 to use that. We can use that though. That's going to give me armor anyway. And attack speed actually. So eventually we'll switch Infernal Cry out for that. So, this should work. Pretty strong. Because it's shotguns, so that's probably a good reason why it's decent. Yeah, but remember, it doesn't have a lot of attack speed right now, so more attack speed means less jank, but the same as if you ran Poisonous Concoction. Does a decent amount of damage, though. Not so much there, but... Calm down, Gary. Like, if you have Greater Volley, you're going to do 5 projectiles. And I have no auras on either, so there's also that. Well, only one aura, and not the right one. So the other aura that it actually needs is Wrath. It stacks lightning, so we could chuck Wrath on it now too. Because you would get Wrath in Act 3. We don't have enough intelligence to run Wrath yet. Actually, that's not true. Nah, the best damage output's going to be with Wrath. Could give it a whack at Uber Lab too. Or Lab, sorry. So the other thing, if this doesn't work, then you just go Poisonous Concoction until you get to a point where you can scale the damage up. Bearing in mind everything's level 1 because I just threw level 1 into it, so that's the other thing. Don't know how this is gonna go. Yeah, Poisonous Concoction is probably going to be better. At least early on. Yeah, Poisonous Concoction is going to be better earlier on. Because you get, once you get to Act 3, then you switch everything to Agony, and then you switch to Explosive once you've leveled everything up. Then you're going to go... Still going to have Volley. And then you're going to go deadly ailments or added chaos damage. Can't use that till 31. Deadly ailments. Don't need to do that. Leveling on this is a little janky. Regenerate. That's not too bad, actually. Yeah, basically. I don't know. It's a weird one. Like, it works, but it also feels a little clunky. So the other thing I could do is just chuck a lot of attack speed on it. We go to Act 1, we get access to attack speed, and that might actually do it too. Might make it a lot better. This doesn't feel very good. That's not too bad there. Oh man. Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad with attack speed in it. It's just because he keeps bloody dropping dot on the ground. Not too good against dot initially. Not bad. Thanks for the follow, man. Yeah, shotgun's pretty well. Oh, yeah? Don't know how I feel about this build yet. Oh, that's Herald of Thunder. That's not even Wrath. There we go. Oh yeah, that's way better. Hey Curls, how's it going? Yeah, I'm on the bench about it right now. Like, I'm replicating League Start and it does work. I think you need to do it with Herald of Thunder and Wrath. But it has a bit of sustainability problem. But it works. That being said, I'm using it way earlier than I should be. Usually it wouldn't be until I get to the library. And it'd be a higher level gem. Fair enough, I know that feeling. Would anger work on this? It does. Anger is better. Oh yeah? Did you complete the campaign this league, man? Oh yeah, it's pretty good, man. You get progressively better every league as you play it and the more you learn. So yeah, that's a good effort. So switching to anger definitely makes this better. Because it's shotguns. Now, did I have... Oh yeah, I found someone who made a really good build for that. So they're going to be on the list for when I do the list of league starters for the league. I was going to do a build on it, and then I was like, I don't know, it's already been done, and someone who knows it better than me's done it, so I don't really add a lot of value to that. But yeah, okay, this is getting better. Yeah, that's the guy that I found today, actually. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to put him on the curation for the next league coming, as long as they don't nerf Frostblade. Because he had a really good disclosure in there just about, you know, it is a slower build level, but its endpoint can take down Ubers, basically. And he's bang on with that, because I tested it in Krangle, and it's just awesome. And you can also play Raider as well, and you can do Frenzy Charge stacking. Ah, yeah, fair enough, yeah. You figure out you can craft a lot of it on your gear, and you can also get fractured rolls for it too. Oh yeah, oh, if you're gonna do RF Jug, follow Pox. He has a whole website for RF Jug. Alright, this is feeling okay now. Just because I had level 1 gems and the wrong auras going, now with anger it just feels okay. It's good. Oh yeah, yeah, you get better at it too. The other one's Vortex Elementalist. I got a league starter I'm going to put out for that too. Yep. It's a really, really good build. You get access to, I think, at level 32. Usually this act. Shit. And it just scales like nothing else. And you map it to your move button. So you don't even need to worry about casting it. It's got crazy. You can build it with crazy amount of armor. I did a build this league. I think I had it like 450 effective EHP, something like that. Super strong. You can change it into like there's three. You can do a life-based one initially. Then you can go like I usually go CI or Chaos Inoculation, and you become immune to chaos damage, and then basically you stack up what's called Nagus Aurora and all this other shit. Otherwise, you can play it with a Prism Guardian, which is low life, and you can do huge damage in the tens of millions with it in Endgame. So, and it's not like overly expensive as well. You can take it in a lot of different routes. Makes it a lot of fun. That's what the idea behind this build is. A super fast build that you can just sort of crack through the game and then get the stuff. But yeah, Vortex, so RF, Vortex, Elementalist, or Occultist, either one. Bone Shatter, two-handed axe version is really good. What else? Skelly Mages used to be the go-to, but that's a little more complicated for newer players. There's Toxic Rain as well. Toxic Rain's good. There's Rain of Arrows Champion, which Fuzzy Duxy does, and it's a really good build. And it's dirt cheap. There's a lot of builds. There's a shit ton. I usually put up a list of 5, 2 lists of 5 at the start of every league, so I can go through all that and do the research and whatnot, and then provide all the guides and links to everyone's builds. Yeah, RF is good, man. You just follow a Pox guide or go to his website and it's just easy. And it can go all the way through to Uber bosses if you put enough into it. SRS, yep. There's also Poison SRS. There's Vortex Pathfinder. Poison Vortex, Blade Vortex Pathfinder is really good as well. Anything with poison basically is going to be good and cheap. You've got Detonate Dead as well. Fire Detonate Dead, which Zisserin does a really good guide for that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, because of the crazy ass bloody minion. Yeah, League starters are designed to get you to that like early sort of progression stage, and then you've got to do a bit of research. So you can use PoE Ninja as well from the previous league, and you can have a look and see how the build progressed later in the league, and then that can be your targets as well. And that's a good way to learn how to min-max your builds for endgame, or at least like a medium level endgame for red tier mapping. PoE is just one of those games where you just got to learn league on league. Your first few leagues, you don't get all the way there. But when you do, you're like, hey, this is pretty easy. And the other thing to remember is like build creators like myself or anyone else, we've been playing for like 10 plus or 10 years now. So there's a lot of shit we've played and done and seen that, yeah, when you just pick up the game, you just won't know until you experience it. Just make sure you stay away from guides that have mage bloods and headhunters and like say, oh, it's only going to be 20 divine in the first week of league. Like that's just, none of those are worth watching or following. Yeah, that's it, man. More builds you try, the more builds you fail at, the better at the game you'll get. Yeah, that's it, man. So this build's actually feeling okay now. It was a bit clunky initially on the transition, but overall it's feeling good. I just got to get some more red tier items. Testing this is actually pretty good. Yeah, the poison's what makes that so strong, because poison stacks. And it just melts shit. But the most expensive part of that build is the Amanamu, which is the jewel that you need for the poison stacking. POB looks pretty good. I don't know how it's going to play initially for this level up, but we'll find out. That's why I wanted to run this test. I was thinking a few, like maybe 10 minutes ago, I was like, I didn't know if this is going to be viable, but it's feeling okay now, so. And I'm going to level up mark on hit. So, it should be okay. Like, it's doing shotgun damage, so that's not bad. Yeah, that's it. And you know what? You now know that. So when you play a similar build in the future, you can apply what you learnt there. A lot of the new builds that I put together, like Incinerate and stuff, pull elements of all the different builds that I've played. And then I come up with a new way of making it work and scaling its defenses and whatever. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's why I generally don't mention prices in league starters and shit, because you just don't know how much it's going to cost. I.e. that controversy that was at the start of this league, which is just ridiculous. Like, it's all speculative until you know what it is. So seeing that I haven't balanced reses on this build, it's doing okay. Alright. That's pretty okay damage. I've had worse experiences doing this. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Saw that coming. I need my shield charge. That'll be better. Yeah. It runs okay, man. I'm not having a bad time with this. Just requires a little bit of mobility. Just got to balance the mana regeneration. It's a bit shitty on that front. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that in the build. Clarity mainly, and drop out Herald of Thunder. Yeah, Herald of Thunder doesn't do much for it, so. But the problem is you don't get clarity unless, well, you get clarity in Act 3, so. So, Act 3 you need... Clarity, Anger, Conk, faster attacks, Trinity, and Volley. It's all good because you can get it pretty easily. And precision would actually help too. Actually, no, precision is not going to help. But, it's vitality. No, I can't put that in the build yet. Should be able to run that without any issues. Like, it doesn't do bad damage, except for that corrupted blood. Seriously, why did they ever put corrupted blood in the game? That shit should never have been put in the game. So once I level this up and get mark on hit, then we do cull, and then it just goes pretty easy mode. So I think I got the combination that you would need for it. Oh, bugger that. Yeah, it doesn't do bad bossing damage at all. Thanks for the follow, dude. Oh, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. No idea, Scanman. No idea. But just doing some build testing. I might even do like Vortex. I'm not sure. Probably, if they don't touch Bone Shatter, I might actually league start Bone Shatter for the first league ever. Just because I want to go deep delve and I want to switch to Molten Strike. So I'm going to go armor stacking. I think it's about 3 to 4 weeks, something like that. Oh shit. Yeah, on the Discord, Mario's put up his entire Bone Shatter breakdown. I'll do a video on it before the league start, but it's really comprehensive. It's actually not too hard of a fight. Yeah, it's not too bad. So we're going to go straight for our accuracy, and then that's going to do huge amounts of attack speed initially. This performs about as normal as any build that's a little squishier. Yeah, can take some hits. I'll probably be on for like another hour or so. Cheers, man. But I'll be streaming pretty much every night for the next however many weeks at this stage, so I gotta fly out for work next week, but I'll be online most nights and all weekends for the next few weeks. So up into the league, there'll be tons of shit coming from me. So it's actually not too bad to take labs down. Like, I'm level 34, so I'm under level. Hell yeah, Frank. Oh, you just wait. I've got a fucking Incinerate tree ready. I built it last night at 4 AM. I reverse engineered my Incinerate build. So I was like, people ask me, oh, can you build an Incinerate tree? I'm like, fuck yeah, I can. So it's health based now. And it's pretty cheap. Basically the same cost as a day 3 vortex elementalist build. Pretty much same, very similar gearing. There we go. Yeah, man, I found like a lot of these days I'm just like playing around with different build concepts and ideas and mechanics. I find it a lot more fun. I think it makes streams more interesting when you're playing interesting builds that nobody else is trying to get working. And you know what? If you fail, you fail. If you don't, you found a really cool build. So this one, based on the tree that I've got, that we cooked up over the last few weeks, or the last week plus tonight, this should be pretty powerful. Fingers crossed. This has potentially got enough EHP in it initially that you could probably make it to 300 to 400 without too many issues. But then I got to start thinking around the box and go, okay, how do I make that work a bit better? So maybe if I could get it there, it'd be fucking hilarious. It caps at about 14 million to 15 million if you've got blasts up, and in Delve you'd have blasts up pretty much constantly. So if I can make that work, then possibly. Like, it's not going to be like your, like, super easy League starter, but if I can get this working, potentially a complete played League start without too much hassle. Like, it'll be slower and a little more gearing on it, but it'll be cheap. With the upper end being like, you know, the obvious expensive upgrades to get you to like 20 million DPS with this build, but... Decoy totems. No, that's not decoy totems. That's fucking ancestral protected totems. I don't use... Do I look like somebody who would use decoy totems? I just base tanked a Zaro. I can't believe that. I can't believe you would say that about me. Using decoy totems. What an insult. Alright, Juggernaut. So, we need Undeniable. Boom. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go do what's his face. All right, so that's an easy ascension there. Done plenty. All I know is Delve and face tanking Azara. I would say that that is pretty good damage. Fucking... It's not a competition, man. So Act 3 is the worst act on the transition of this build. This feels okay now. This will end up using precise technique as well. I sort of like this build. It feels good. Yeah, it's smooth as fuck. Well, actually now it gets better because I can put mark on a hit, which was what, level 38? And then we'll just life tap that shit. I just want to take a hit. Let's see if I can take it. Yeah, okay. That's pretty good. Got a decent amount of tank ability. Yeah, when do I get mark on hit? Need mark on hit with sniper's mark. $38. So I can put sniper's mark on shit though. So we'd get that in Act 3. Mark on hit is 38, but sniper's mark isn't. So we'd ideally get a shield that can do that. So Act 4 is when you be able to take Sniper's Mark with Mark on hit. But now with that we do Cull anyway, so... Oh shit. Sorry guys, on the YouTube stream, I'll have to close that one because YouTube's doing its usual copyright, but if you want to keep, I'll be online for like another 30. So yeah, you can catch me on the Twitch. Really hate that about YouTube. Decent amount of damage. Really? Then what do I lose on the cull? Oh, but then I get frenzy charges as I attack the enemy, so that makes more sense to have that because I sustain frenzy then. Power charges do anything? So I'd lose 600k, but be able to sustain constant frenzy charges up on bossing. Yeah, that's pretty strong. That's really strong. What the hell? Damn, that claps. Just melted him. It's already over 1000 DPS per projectile, so it scales pretty damn well. There it is. Alright, that's gonna just increase my damage stupidly now.
Reach up to the sky above higher, like you can't get enough. Reach up, push the feeling higher, and then you bring it back. Reach up to the sky above higher, like you can't get enough. Reach up, push the feeling higher, and then you bring it back.
That's respectable damage. That's actually pretty damn good. Actually, that'd be the other thing. I should be able to use greater modelable project, greater volley now. But I wouldn't have access to that at this stage, not until I finish this act. Sorry, Act 5. Freaking burn damage, go away with it! Oh, we need burn immunity. We're gonna need Soul of Aberrath. I haven't actually updated my armor since like Act 2. That's what I need. That's actually the perfect helm. It's pretty funny that, yeah, it's just working like that. So that's actually a pretty significant buff to this build with just that helm. But that's just with drops on the ground. That's a huge buff. Huge buff. So it just stacks crazy amounts of armor using evasion. What? Can't even hurt him. I don't know why. Oh, it's got to be up there, surely. Thinking fire res is too low. Bro, fucking fire res. Not even a damage issue, he's just got too much bloody... What? Oh yeah, he's resistant, that's why. Damn it. What I might actually do is switch to Grace. Just make short work of it all. It's pretty good. That's enough. That's how that's got to work. This is part of figuring the build out. So if I ran that evasion, 63%, it's actually pretty good with evasion. Oh, come on, really? Yeah, okay. That doesn't work the way that I intended it to. So armor is still a better outcome. That's why I get so much more tankiness, because then that synergizes with Unbreakable. Yeah, man, just testing it out to see how it goes. There's definitely some bottlenecks here, but it irons out as you level up through the campaign. But the damage is decent. It's not bad at all. Definitely Cull makes it a pretty easy build to play. I think so, but I think not without disclosing, like, there are some blazing issues. But I don't think it'll be a bad. Like, it is a little squishier earlier on, but I think that could be resolved with some changes to the Ascendency that you take. Doesn't do well against Dot, that's about the only problem that it has currently. It's not really designed as a tanky build initially. And the resistances aren't balanced yet.
I'm watching you.
It's weird that that works. Alright, that being said, I need to hit the hay, but we'll keep rolling this one out tomorrow night. I want to get this to like level 75, 80, and then chuck on some endgame gear to see what it feels like in mapping and stuff like that. If I can get to T16s on a budget, then yeah, it might be viable. Just, I'll disclose, it is squishier, but it's not a bad build by any measure. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow night.